Hello and welcome to this 3-day live content challenge. I'm so excited to be here. First of all, I'm going to say that I'm extremely sorry about the date change. It was supposed to be last week. But as some of you know that last week I was sick, I was down with viral. I literally had no energy to be conducting this live series, this challenge, and which is why I had to postpone. But I'm glad I did because I've got even more time to make this better, to make these 3 days really value packed and actionable for all of you. I've had some really great ideas that I have included in these 3-day trainings, and I'm so happy. So that's so good. And first of all, a huge welcome to each and every one of you who's joining in, who's hopping on, and also to those who are catching the replay. I know because of the time difference, not everybody can catch the live, but you have this entire week to catch the replays. So just watch it whenever you have time, whenever you get. I'm going to keep these trainings not really long because nobody really has the time to spend an hour each on trainings these days. So I'm going to try to keep them shorter, easily digestible, but super value packed and really actionable. So with that, let me just give you how these 3 days are going to go. We have 3 days of trainings, and each of these days, the trainings are around the topic of content, of course. That's why I've called it the content challenge. Plus, along with the trainings, I'm going to give you a content prompt that I need you to go and post every single day. Let's make this the best and the most productive week ever. And I'm glad that it happened to be on a Monday because I know Mondays are usually like a fresh start for a lot of people. I do all of my content planning on a Sunday. And I'm glad that we are starting on a Monday. So you've come back refreshed. You've come back after hopefully a really great weekend. I know I have. We had like a super long 5-day weekend. Even today, the schools are off here for some reason. My son's around, but I'm glad to be doing this on a Monday, and we are starting afresh. And let's make this our most productive week ever. And surprise, there's going to be a giveaway. So I didn't earlier decide to have this. It was just a very last minute thing that I decided to add in. And I'm glad to be doing this. And it's going to be so good. I will be choosing one winner at the end of this week. And that person is going to get one entire week worth of one-on-one Voxer coaching with me. This is going to be huge. Like, it's going to be so good. 1 week of you and me. And I usually don't do this at all. And, my 1 week intensive, I really charge like some, I think $200. That's what my price is for my 1 hour of coaching session with me. But I'm doing like a one entire week worth of Voxer coaching absolutely free for you, for the person who's going to win the giveaway. So, what is it that you need to do to win this giveaway? All you need to do is, it's going to be super simple, and it's going to be really beneficial for you. It's not really going to matter to me whether you do it or not, but it's going to be really good for you if you decide to do it. And the bonus is that you are going to be entered in the giveaway if you do that. So, what you need to do is, you need to use the content prompt that I'm going to give you at the end of each day, and you need to create a post. You have this entire week to, write those posts. You need to use all the three prompts, I mean, three different pieces of content, more if you want to. And you need to post that content. You don't need to tag me. You don't need to do anything. I just want this to be really beneficial for you. I want this to be something that you do for yourself, which is why all that you are required to do is use the content prompt and create a post. Once you're done posting, all you need to do is just send me a DM, whether it's on Instagram or on Facebook or inside our private exclusive Telegram group. And you just need to tell me that, you're done with posting today's post or whichever, whenever you're doing. I mean, you don't need to do it today. You can do it tomorrow, day after. You have the entire week to create 3 posts using the 3 different content prompts I'm going to be giving you. And you just need to send me the link to your post. That's it. You don't need to do anything. And once you do that, once you're done with all of the 3 posts, you will be entered into the giveaway. That's it. And the reason I've kept it for this entire week is because I know that some of you are going to be catching the replay. So I want them also to be included in this giveaway. And yes, with that, I want you to introduce yourself to me. Let me know where are you joining in from, which part of the world, because I love to see how everybody is from like different parts of the world. And I'm so grateful to be serving people from all these different parts of the world. It makes me so happy. So let me know where are you joining in from, and even if you're catching the replay, let me know where have you oh my god, sorry, I can't say it. Let me know where are you from, and also tell me what type of a business do you have. I love to know all of you. I love to know who's attending my trainings. I love to know you better. And I love to see all of the different types of work that each and every one of you do. So let me know if you're a coach or if you're a service provider. What kind of a coach are you? Are you a business coach? Are you a health coach? Are you like, a freelance writer, a social media manager? What is it that you do? Just drop it in the comments below. And I'm going to take this time to give a little introduction about me, because I see so many new faces here. There's so many people who have just joined my world for this content challenge. So I'm going to take this time. I'm going to tell you a little bit about me. But before that, I can see some familiar faces also. I see a lot of people who have been in my world. And if you are one of those, if you have been following me for a while, if you know me, if you've read my content, if you love me, then drop a 1 below in the comments, even if you don't love me. But probably chances are you are here because you maybe like me. If you hated me, you wouldn't have been here for sure, right? So just drop a 1 in the comments below. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about me now. So hi, I am Ishita. I'm a business coach and a mentor. I teach other coaches and service providers how to make sales and sign clients who are your perfect fit dream clients using highly convertible content and simple sales strategies. Again, for those of you who already know me, might not know this about me, but I'm going to tell you, and I'm not going to waste a lot of time talking about myself because I want this to be really, really action packed. And of course, tomorrow and day after, I'm not going to be doing the same introduction and I'm not going to be talking about me, but I want to take this time to share a little bit of my backstory so that you get to know me, you know where I'm coming from, and what I have achieved or what I didn't achieve, or like I'm just going to share a little bit about me. So before I got into business coaching, I was a productivity coach. I used to teach people how to manage their times, how to manage their time, how to use their time really efficiently, because back then I was a new mother and I thought I really was good at it, which I was also. But long story short, I got into business coaching because I really wanted, even though I was really good at time management and productivity, I deep down really wanted to help people to start and scale their online businesses. And of course, when I started, my ideal client was someone who was very, very different. I wanted to help people who were just getting started or who had not even started, because that's where I was. I had started my online business. I had signed my, a couple of clients. So that's what I wanted to help people achieve. And when I transitioned into business coaching, I posted such great content, like, it was so my content still is really great, but even back then it wasn't that bad, honestly. It was really educational, it was really value providing, and honestly, back then I was more on Instagram, and I used to do I think mini trainings on my stories. Yes, back in the day when mini trainings were all the rage, I used to do mini trainings at least once or twice per week, even more sometimes, probably 3 times a week. My content was really valuable. I would get so many DMs from people, and it would, everybody would just say that, oh, your content is so valuable, you're super smart, and we want to be like you. And we love how you manage your time with the baby and how you're growing your business and all of that. And, those DMs got me on a real high. I thought my audience loves me, which they did. And I thought that, they're going to buy anything that I sell because, of course, the DMs were such that made me think that, oh, they love me. They're, of course, going to buy anything that I sell. So I launched a program. And guess what happened? 2 people signed up, like literally after posting such great, valuable content. I just got 2 people sign up for that program. I was devastated. And I literally went through a period where I really doubted myself, and I would think that I'm not capable enough to teach people how to sign clients where I can barely make a few $100s here and there. I was not able to sign clients. And I thought that if I'm not able to sign clients, how am I going to teach my clients how to sign clients? Because that's what I was teaching. And it was like a spiral. I went down that self doubt, that low confidence period, and all of that was like a horrible phase. And let me know if you resonate with this, if you have gone through a story, or if your story is something like this. Drop it in the comments below. But what happened after this was that I decided to offer sales calls during this launch. So yeah, we are still talking about that launch. So I decided to offer sales calls to people, and I remember, I think I went on some 8 to 10 sales calls back then, and I thought I'm going to offer some free coaching and I'll be able to convert these people into clients. Guess what happened? Those 8 to 10 sales calls that I did, I spent like probably an hour or maybe more on each of those calls. I gave so much free value. I answered all of their questions. I helped them come up with a game plan and all of those things. And every single one of them told me now is not a good time to sign up. Every single one of them. Not even one person out of those 10 sales calls signed up. And I wondered that, if now is a good time for you to hop on a sales call, on a free call, ask me all of your doubts, ask me all of your questions, then how is it not a good time for you to actually pay and get more support? But it wasn't my audience's fault. It wasn't their fault. It was my fault because there was something missing in my content. There was something missing. And I was, of course, the smart one, of course, the person who helped everybody out, who answered all of their questions. But I wasn't somebody who was an authority for all of these people. I wasn't somebody who they would sign up with. They would probably pay like a lot more money and go sign up with some other coach, but they wouldn't sign up with me in spite of me doing all of that or giving all of that free stuff, the free value, the free content, the free calls, all of that. Nobody signed up with me. But I knew that, something had to change. I was literally like so done. And I made up my mind. I remember it was like end of 2021. I made up my mind that 2022 is going to be epic for me. I literally just made up my mind. And it was. It really, really was. I focused heavily on my content. And it was like, I went into this zone of like a researcher where I was like researching what works, what doesn't work. I tried so many different styles of like, writing caption. It was like a trial period for me to see what worked, what was not working, what made my audience click on the link, and by what made my audience send me a DM, what kind of content I was posting that, resulted in getting likes and getting engagement, getting DMs from all of these people. I was in like a whole trial period of doing that. Back then, I stopped making content calendars based on pillars. And instead, what I started doing was that I started creating content based on what purpose it solves. So every single content piece that went out from me, every piece of content that I posted became highly, highly intentional. And there was a purpose behind every single post. So before I would post, I would ask myself, what is this post going to help me do? Is it going to help me get more followers? Is it going to help me get more DMs? Is it going to help me, build a connection with my audience? What is this post or what is this story going to help me do? And I started creating content based on those pillars. I tested my stories, I tested so many different styles of captions, so many things. And fast forward, last year in August, I remember I literally signed two painful high ticket clients just through my content. And why I remember this so clearly is because August last year was not a very good time for me on the personal front. My son was sick twice. He had like a round of hand, foot, mouth. All the mothers would know what hand, foot, mouth disease is. He got that. He got sick again. My husband got sick. I barely didn't have any time. Like literally, I just didn't have any time. So I didn't have the time to do all those fancy things that I would do otherwise, probably send an email or go live and do launches and do masterclasses. I literally didn't have, or go on sales calls also. I didn't have time to do any of that. All I did every single day while my son was sleeping, while my son would take a nap, I would spend like some 30 to 40 minutes to write good quality content. I would create a post, like really, really intentional post that would go out on my feed, like on my Instagram feed, on my Facebook feed. And I would create like a story sequence for my Instagram stories that automatically went up on my Facebook stories. And I would use the same post that I created and I would rotate it in a few different Facebook groups every few days. So, I would take this one piece of post, I would post in like 5 different groups. Of course, not at the same time, but yeah, you know what I'm talking about. That's the only thing I did. And August last year was the highest cash month I had last year. I mean, not this year, but yeah, last year it was the highest cash month. And I remember this because, it all came down from like a lot of hard work that I was doing with testing my content and all of those things. And it finally repaid. I signed two high ticket clients who paid in full, who came through just from my content. They just read a piece of content, they sent me a friend request or followed me, and they decided to ask me for my coaching program and they signed up. Literally, that's it. And I was like, if it's that easy, I can do this more. I don't need to spend so much time doing all sorts of things, doing things that are unnecessarily, which I was doing up until that time and were not getting me results. And here I am, literally doing nothing, just spending like 40 minutes every day for my business to write content. And it's bringing me clients from like literally nowhere. But long story short, fast forward to now, I sign clients who just read one post of mine and are ready to sign up. Not every single post is going to be like that, but the formula that I teach my clients inside my upcoming program is going to help you generate leads. That formula is called my client attraction post formula. I use that formula and it generated leads for me. People signed up just by reading that one post. I sell out almost all of my offers just through my content. I already have people inside my upcoming program that I will be talking more about towards the end. And dream clients message me, are in my DMs, they reach out to me almost every single day. My clients who sign up with me don't even need to get on a sales call or a discovery call before they sign up with me because they already know that I am the coach for them just by reading my content. They don't need to get on a call. All that we do is just like, do a vibe check whether we are the right fit for each other. And that also not with every single client of mine, just with like barely a few clients who need that. But they don't need me to convince them on a sales call, because they're already convinced. They're already ready to sign up with me. And today I have built a business that I literally dreamt of. Like, I wanted to work from home while I could see my son grow, and that really wasn't possible back when I was working in a law firm, because I had like crazy hours. I had like some I used to work for like 12 to 16 hours every single day. So, of course, this life wouldn't have been possible. I love to spend time with him, where we do puzzles, we, do games, we go out cycling. I love to go on a holiday with my husband, my family. I love a good slow morning routine. I like to enjoy my coffee in peace and not have that, rushed energy where I'm just running to get to work. And I just love that. I love, like, scrolling through Instagram and watching reels while I'm drinking my morning coffee. And all of this was possible only and only when I started posting intentional content that attracted genuine people and not just window shoppers. And today, I'm going to teach you how to do the same thing. So, today we will talk about how to get more people to read your content. And sorry, I'm looking at the screen here because I have notes written and I don't want to miss out on anything, because I decided not to go with slides today. I thought that, I have a lot of new people and I wanted them to build, have that connection with me, and that connection gets built when they see you face to face. Maybe tomorrow's training I have some slides for you, but today I have no slides. It's just me, my face, my notes, and my mic. Okay, so what was I saying? Yes, so I was saying that in today's training we are going to talk about how you can get more people to watch and read your content and your posts. I know everybody has been complaining about low reach recently, whether it's on Instagram or on Facebook. And today, I'm going to share with you the things that I do to get my content viewed by more people. And drop a me in the comments below if that's what you want. Oops. If you want more people reading your posts and you feel that you're creating content, but it's not reaching to the hands of more people, and if you feel that Instagram or Facebook is showing your post to only a limited number of people and all of your efforts are going to waste, then drop a me in the chat and let me know if your engagement has been really low, and as a result your sales have been really low. If you feel like no one is seeing your stuff, then, and if you want to increase your reach, then drop a me in the comments below. Okay. Okay, so now coming back, this is the one thing that I see a lot of people do. And let me know if that's you, which is not post enough content. You need to realize that your low reach, your posts not going out to a lot more people, is because of your existing content, because of how you're writing content or whether you're posting enough or not. So this is the one thing that I see a lot of people do, is to not post enough content, and less posts means lesser reach. Not many people say that, but I'm going to tell you this, that's the truth, because the algorithm wants people to hang out more on their platform. And if they see that, people are not really spending time on your profile because you don't have enough content out there, it's not going to push your content out to a lot more people. The algorithm is a very very mysterious person thing, whatever, like, it's very very mysterious, and the way it works nobody really knows. But these are all the speculations, and this is what I have seen. When I go through a phase when I'm really not posting, but it never happens. But if for some reason I have not posted for a few days and I suddenly put out a post, it's going to really not being it won't really be shown to a lot more people. It'll be shown to like very few people, and this works for Instagram and for Facebook. So both these platforms work on this algorithm where the more you post, the more your content is being pushed out to more people. And this is something that I noticed, maybe 2 years back or last year even, I used to post like 2 to 3 times a week, and I would think that quality is better than quantity, which it still is. But what I'm trying to say here is that the more you post, the more the algorithm is going to push you out. So start building a daily habit. I sit down every single morning, sometimes without even taking a bath, and that's the first thing I do in my business. The very first thing I do before checking email, before replying to messages, before doing anything, I sit down and create my content for the day, whether it is writing a post, whether it is creating a reel, whether it is posting in or creating content for different Facebook groups, or it is even my stories. I write out or just build out my stories in the morning, and then I just create them as I go. But that's the one thing that I do every single day without fail in my business. And this is something that you need to build upon. It's a muscle that you need to build. The same way that you go to a gym once and you're not going to lose weight, or if you eat healthy for a day, you're not going to lose weight. It's the same way with your content. If you just post once or twice, it's not going to do anything if the rest of the days you're not posting anything. So start posting more if you want your content to be sent out to more people. The more you're going to post, and this is what I've noticed for myself, that when I started posting more, now I post almost daily, like even sometimes on the weekends. So I have at least 5 to 6 pieces of content going out from me, good quality content going out from me every single week. And the more I've posted, the better reach I have got for every single post. So start posting more. The next thing that I want to talk about is that I see a lot of people talk to people. No, I see a lot of people talk at people and not talk to them. Sorry, I just got confused between what I was going to say, but you don't necessarily need to be talking at people, but you should talk to them. Imagine if somebody is just giving you orders, do this, do that, this is how it's supposed to be done, that's how it's supposed to be done. How are you going to feel without knowing that person, without having that personal connect with them? How are you going to feel? You're not going to feel very good about it, right? Similarly, when you're posting only tips, like this is how you're going to increase your reach, this is how you can sign 5 clients this month, this is how you can lose 5 kilos, without giving any context or without building that personal connection, you're not going to do anything, because you're just going to be looked at as somebody who's giving orders. So start sharing more stuff about you. And when I talk about sharing stuff about you, I don't mean you need to share your entire personal story, what you ate for dinner and what you ate for lunch and whether you fought with your partner, or all of that. You don't need to share that. But what I'm trying to say here is that share the stories that are relatable to your ideal client, something that your ideal client relates to, where they are right now, where do they want to be. You've probably gone through all of that, so start sharing more of those stories. And even when you're sharing tips, tricks, educational content, add your story to it, because anybody, like literally anybody, can be smart in today's age. You are not doing something out of the world. Everybody is doing the same thing. There are like hundreds and thousands and lakhs of like business coaches out there. But why do my clients sign up with me is not because I shared those 5 tips on how to sign clients, or 5 tips on how to write good content. but because I shared my stories along with giving value. In no way I am saying that stop posting valuable content, because it's one of the most important pieces of content out there that you need to post. But what I'm trying to say is that along with that value, along with giving value, share more of who you are, share more of your stories. Tell me this one thing. Can your content be copied today? If supposedly I go to your profile, can I like simply copy paste your content and use it on my feed? If the answer is yes, then you're doing something wrong with your content. My content cannot be copied because my content is infused with stories. It's infused with things about me, my personal experiences, my wins, my not wins, like my fallbacks. Like, it's infused with all of that. So for anybody who needs to copy my content, and this is not about copying or not copying, but it is about standing out from others. All of this information today can be Googled. And thanks to ChatGPT, thanks to all the AI softwares out there, you can get information at literally your fingertips today. Like, you don't need to be super smart to be sharing all of these things. What used to work like 2 years back does not work now. You need to build that connect with your audience. You need to share, your stories. It is not very hard to find people who are good at something. It's very, very easy. But being good and being relatable together are a great combination. So I share so many of my personal stories. And if you just scroll to my Instagram, if you follow me, or on my Facebook, so I posted this as a reel on Instagram just yesterday. And on my Facebook, I posted it as like just a post. I shared about what I wanted. Like, it was an educational piece of post. In that, I think I'm sharing what are the things I did to start writing highly convertible content. And I could have just given those 5 tips that, this is what I did, this is what you can do. But instead, I chose to make it into a story. So I said something like, I don't remember clearly, but you should go check that piece of post out. What I shared was something like, I wanted to be a more present mother. I wanted to be somebody who goes on holidays. I wanted to have a business that, is like that lights me up or something like that. And what I did was to start writing highly convertible content. And this is how I did that. So you see, that story that I just shared before I spoke about, or before I gave those tips, built that connection. Because I got a DM instantly from somebody saying that, Ishita, I want to be a more present mother. I really connect with what you are saying in that piece of reel. So that's what I want you to do. Add your story. What I just did today, before I started giving you this value, these tips that I'm sharing right now, I shared a little bit about me. I shared my story of like what I did before, how I reached here, what I did to reach here, like, all of those things, my struggles. I shared all of those things with you. It built that personal connection. I could have just come here and given you tips on how to increase your reach, but that wouldn't make me stand out from everybody else who's doing the same thing, right? And you can Google these things also. I'm sure you're going to get some really good information, probably better than me. But I am sharing this with you so that you connect with me. The reason I chose not to do slides today and to show my face is because I see a lot of new people today in the audience, and I just wanted to build that connection with you. That's it. So think about it. Think about how you can stand out. Think about how you can be different from all of those other people. And again, you might think that how is this relevant and how is this going to increase my reach? But it is going to, because if your content is good, you are more likely to get better engagement. And engagement is not dead. Engagement is very, very important. The more engagement you get, the more the algorithm is going to push out your content to other people. And you might see this, like, if your post gets like a few likes or a few comments, that post starts getting more and more attraction, that post starts getting more and more engagement. And the reason is that that initial engagement that it's got, that has given a signal to the algorithm that this piece of content is good. I need to push this piece of content to more people so that more people read, more people spend time on the app, whether it's Instagram or Facebook. So all of this is relevant to increase your reach and to get more people to to read your content. The next thing is, and I want to quickly, before I speak about the next topic, I want to share, while I'm talking about not copying others, but what I want to tell you is you need to be up to date with all of the trends that are going on. The trends in the industry keep changing very, very quickly, and you need to be updated because they're trending. These things are trending for a reason, and that reason is that people like it. That's what the attitude of people, or that's what the actions of people right now is saying, right? So if uh, I'll give you an example here. 2 years back, mini trainings were all the rage. Like, on your stories, Instagram stories, people would do like really long educational mini trainings. And now the trend is that it's all moved to reels. Nobody really consumes mini trainings now. Nobody has the time, nobody has the attention span to consume those really long mini trainings. So it's all moved to reels. So start being updated with all the trends that are going out. And it's not that you're copying other people, it's just you being up to date with what's going on in the market. And that's very important if you need to be relevant. Unless of course you're somebody who's making like $100,000 months and you don't really care about what is going on, because you already have that built audience, you already have that trust that people have in you. Excuse me. So moving on, one mistake that I want to share with you that I see a lot of people making, and that hampers your reach, and that's a result of your low sales, is that you're hiding yourself. You're not showing that you are an authority. And that is probably to do with your mindset and not with any strategy, because you probably feel that your results are not good enough. You're maybe looking at all of those shiny results that people get, and you feel that in front of those shiny results, your results are nothing. But stop comparing yourself to others, because what is shiny for you is, I mean, what you look up to is not what everybody else looks up to. Probably, you look up to making $20,000 months, $50,000 months. That for you is shiny. But for somebody who just wants to start an online business, your results are shiny. You, wherever you are right now, probably you've just signed a couple of clients. Maybe you've made your first, $5,000. That is shiny for somebody who's not yet achieved that right now. So stop thinking that your results are not good enough. Start being proud of your results. And when you are proud of that, when you accept it, when you celebrate each of your wins, whatever, no matter how small they are, even if it's like signing one client, even if it's like signing your first client, when you start being proud of it, you will start embodying that. And once you embody that, you need to write content from that energy, because nobody wants to read content that sounds like everybody else, and it doesn't show that you are an authority. you know Whatever the results you've achieved, you need to know that you are good enough. You need to be seen as an authority and not just somebody who's smart. Like, because like I said, anybody can be smart right now. It's not very difficult to find people who are smart. But while being smart, you need to be an authority. Anybody, like, can copy things from ChatGPT, anybody can copy things from Google and sound smart. But when you're embodying those results, when you're using those results, and it reflects in the type of in the kind of content you write, it reflects in the words you choose. So don't hide yourself and be proud to share what you feel. Have an opinion that stands out from other people. It's okay to have an opinion, it's good to have an opinion, and it's absolutely great to share that opinion with other people. That is going to make you stand out from other people. That is something that's not going to make you merge with everybody else, but that's going to make you stand out and shine as opposed to everybody else. So stop hiding yourself and start embodying your authoritative energy. Start embodying that and start using that in your content. Okay, moving on. One thing that you can do to increase your reach is to start writing highly convertible content. And what I mean by highly converting content is that start getting to know your ideal client better. Once you know your ideal client better, and I'm not talking about the surface level stuff, I'm talking about their day-to-day struggles. What are they doing currently that is not going to help them get anywhere? What do they want in their life? How does their life look like when they have these things that, I use this document. I have this document that I will be sharing inside my upcoming program. That's a document that you use for every single program that I create, every single offer that I come up with, whether it's a free program, whether it's a paid program. Even for this content challenge, I use that document, and I detailed, like I spent one entire day to detail out my ideal client, all of these nitty gritties of your ideal client. And once you know thoroughly who your ideal client is and what are all of these things that keep them up at night, and where do they want to be, how does their life look like, once you use that in your content, you're going to start speaking to more and more people. You might think that once you niche down your ideal client, it's going to be very difficult for you to speak to a lot of people, but it's the opposite of that is true. Once you narrow down your ideal client, you'll be able to speak to people much much better than what you're doing right now, because you're at least going to be speaking to that one particular segment of people who have the same set of problems, who have the same set of desires, who have the same set of goals and aspirations. That is something that is going to have people wanting and waiting for you, that they would want more of you, more of your content, because they know that, okay, she is going to, like, her content resonates with me, her content speaks to me, her content is something that I can truly relate with. She is where I want to be. So start doing that. If you go through all of my content or any of my content right now, even the last 2-3 pieces of content, you will see that somewhere you will resonate with that piece of content. Somewhere you will resonate with what I've written inside. That's because I know my ideal client in and out. I have spent good enough time. I spent, like I said, one full day before I got onto this training, before I started promoting this training, to understand who my ideal client is. And it wasn't just that, oh, it's a coach or a business owner, not just that, but more in depth. And another thing is that you need to write content, you need to write captions that convert, you need to write captions that move people. A lot of people just write 1 or 2 lines in their captions, especially on Instagram. I've seen people just write like very vague captions, and that's not what's going to sell. That's not what is going to help you connect with your audience. And like I said, the app wants you to stay longer on that app. So you need to make, and I'm not just saying that you need to write like really long content, but long content that does something, that has like that has a purpose. It is either to grow your audience or to nurture your audience or to sell your audience. What's the purpose? Start using that in your captions. If you're just writing like quotes, or if you're just writing like one liners in your captions, it's not going to move people to do anything. It's not going to move people to even like that piece of post, right? And remember, you're not an influencer, you are a business owner. You don't want people to just like. Of course engagement is very, very important, because if your engagement is low, your reach is going to be low. So you need to increase your engagement to increase your reach, but at the same time you want people to buy from you. So in order to do that, your captions need to have a purpose. And I don't know how many of you have that, but I have a guide in which I have broken down how to write really high converting captions. In that, I've given 6 scripts that you can use anywhere, that you can use on your posts, on your carousels, on your feed, on your stories, on reels, anywhere. So I'll drop the link in the comments and you can get the guide, which is a highly converting content guide, and you can use those captions. You can simply put in your information and use the captions as it is to write some really high converting captions. And all of this that I just told you is what is going to help you, sell more. It is going to help you to increase your sales. It is going to get people to buy more from you. And I'm just going to share this. What is it that I have started doing that has immensely increased my reach? And like I said, your reach increases when you have more engagement on your posts. People say that engagement is dead, it doesn't matter, you shouldn't care how many likes or comments you have, but it is important. It is important if you want your content to be pushed out to more and more people. And you want your content to be pushed out to more and more people, because if only 10 people are reading your posts, maybe one person buys from there. But if 100 people are reading the post, maybe 10 people buy, right? So you need higher engagement so that your reach becomes higher, so that more people read your content, more people are consuming your content, and more people are getting nurtured. So what I have done, the changes that I have made, is that I have started taking my feed as an algorithm booster. Yes. So my feed is no longer to share random things. My feed has a purpose, and the purpose is threefold. It is either to grow my audience, which is increase my followers, increase my friends, or it is to nurture my existing audience and to move them down the funnel. And the third purpose is for me to sell to them so that they can buy from me, right? So it's a threefold purpose. And when engagement on my feed posts is high, I get more story views. And it also pushes out my content to more and more new people, which means that new people are going to see my content, which means that in turn it's going to grow my audience. So you need to keep all of this in mind. It's like a whole circle. More engagement, more story views means more sales, more, because you're building more personal connection. I'm going to talk about that in 1 second. More engagement means algorithm is pushing out your content to more people, which means that you're getting more followers, which means that in turn you're going to get more conversions. That's it. It's as simple as that. And now what I started doing is that stories. Earlier, like till about last year or maybe last to last year, I used to share a lot of mini trainings. Like I said, I used to post a lot of educational content um, on my stories. But now my stories are reserved only for 3 things. Firstly, to celebrate wins, because people love to see your wins. People love to see how you're doing, no matter how small, no matter how big. Even when I had 10 people inside sign up for this content challenge, I shared it on my stories. So stories are to share your wins, to celebrate anything, and for your personal connection, to build your personal stuff. And again, I'm not saying that you need to share your entire personal life and where you're going on a holiday, all of that. But anything that connects you to your business, anything that connects you to your ideal audience. Start sharing that. I like to show that, I'm a mother and I'm growing my business alongside being a very, very hands on, dedicated mother. I show a lot of that. And that's about it. I've never shown my husband because he doesn't like it. So that's all right. I don't need to show, like, what am I doing on a day to day basis, but little snippets here and there that relate to my business is what I show. So yeah, the second thing is personal connection, and the third thing is asking for the sale. No educational content on my stories, but only sales content, personal content, and celebrations on my stories. This has resulted in really high story views, and it's resulted in good conversions, like some really, really good conversions. Because what I realized was that if I post a lot of educational content on my stories, it's not being pushed out to newer people, right? Because your stories can be viewed only by your existing audience, not by people who don't follow you or who are not friends with you. So what's the point? Instead, use that to get more people to your feed. Instead, use that to get more followers. So that's what I do. And this is everything that I teach inside my upcoming content program. I teach the different types of content you need to be posting to grow your audience, the kind of content you need to post to nurture your audience, and what is the kind of content you need to post to get more sales. I teach all of that inside my upcoming program, which I'm going to talk more about. Now, coming to Facebook, the thing that has worked for me really, really well is to post in different Facebook groups and to bring those people back to my profile. I don't even use my Facebook group that much other than to host all of these trainings, but I post on my Facebook profile, and that has worked really, really great for me. So, 2 to 3 times a week, I post in different Facebook groups. And you have to be very careful about what kind of content you're posting on in these different Facebook groups, because a lot of them don't allow promotion, but that's okay because you don't want to be promoting to cold people. No person who's cold, who does not know you, is going to buy anything from you unless it's a really low ticket, no brainer offer. But what you want to do is to build that connection. So I post like really valuable content. I post celebrations, I post shiny wins, I post personal stuff, and I bring them back to my feed. And on my feed is where I nurture them. I post a mix of different kinds of content. Again, that's going to help them nurture, it's going to build the personal connection, and I sell to them on my feed. So I'm going to quickly recap. I think I've gone like way beyond, and I'm really sorry about that because it had to be done and I had to share all of these things. Tomorrow's training is not going to be that long. So I'm going to quickly summarize the things that you need to do to increase your reach and to get more people to watch your content and in turn increase your sales. So firstly, start posting more content. If you can post daily, nothing like it. I mean, start building that habit from now. The second thing is talk to people and not at them. Thirdly, post more of your stories and not just stuff that can be found anywhere. That stuff that can be Googled or can be found on YouTube or can be found on like 20 different coaches' account. Fourthly, believe that you're an authority. You need to believe that you are somebody who knows something, you can get results, and then write content from that energy. Lastly, post good quality content, like good quality captions. Have your messaging really, really clarified, and that is going to boil down to you knowing your ideal client and having clarity about your offer. And other things that you can do is use your feed to ask for the engagement. And you must have seen this real trend that is going on right now where you just use a hook on the caption on the video, and then you say more of it is in the captions. And when you read the caption, like there is information and all of that, and if somebody is promoting like a free guide or a free training or something, they say comment the word XYZ below, and I'll send you the link to my free guide. That's what I've done, and it's worked really, really great for me. It increases your engagement because people want your free stuff. People will comment, whatever the word, and when they're commenting, you're increasing your engagement, right? So it's being pushed out to more and more people. So ask for that engagement. See what are the different ways you can ask for engagement, and post different types of content. If you don't know what kind of content you need to post, then stay tuned when I share more about my upcoming offer. Use your stories to share your wins, to build your personal connection, and to sell, and very rarely post educational content. And lastly, use Facebook groups to get people and bring them to your Facebook profile or your group, and nurture those people inside your group or your profile. And that's it for this training. If you have any questions, come join us inside our exclusive Telegram group. I will be hanging out this entire week in that group to answer any questions that you have. If you want feedback on your content, on the posts that you're creating, then drop the link inside that Telegram group and I'll be giving you real-time feedback. So don't miss out on this opportunity. And remember about the giveaway. All you need to do is create content, and I'm just giving you the prompt for it. Create the piece of content and let me know once you are done, and you will be entered for the giveaway. So your prompt for today is that you need to write an educational post. Yes, anything that gives value to your audience on any topic in whatever niche you are in. But here's the twist. Add a bit of your story. Maybe, share a line about the time you struggled with what your ideal client is currently struggling with, or what your life looks like now. Just add a little bit of your story, but share an educational piece of content. So you're giving value, you're giving tips, but you're sharing and you're building your personal connection also at the same time. So write this piece of content and send it to me on just DM me once you're done. Give me the link and I will enter you for the giveaway. And now coming for the really, really exciting part. I've been dying to speak about this and I'm dying to unveil it. Just imagine that I'm like opening the curtains and, talking more about something's rolling out. My new program that is called High Converting Content. And as the name suggests, I'm going to help you create really high converting content that's going to get you more sales. So this is a 6-week live program. It's an accelerator program, which means we're going to be doing a lot of things at the same time, in the sense that, it's going to be a very, very hands-on program. And I'm going to help you clarify your messaging, your offer messaging, so that you're creating content that attracts, people who are ready to buy, people who are, who don't have objections, straight to your DMs. So the broad things that we are going to cover inside are your offer clarity. We're going to really clarify your offer so that you're speaking to you're speaking to that one person and you're not speaking to a crowd. How to do that, how to clarify your offer, how to understand who your ideal client is. We are going to find out your unique messaging point so that you can use that in all of your messaging, in all of your copy, to get more people to sign up. We are going to cover the different kinds of content you need to be posting to grow your audience, to nurture your audience, and to sell your audience. I'm going to be covering how to write high converting captions, and I'm going to be giving out my client attraction posts formula. And I'm going to be covering how to sell on lives, how to sell on DMs, and how to sell through your content. So if that is something that you are interested in, you currently have a bonus, and that's an exclusive discount. I decided to increase the prices, but then I thought, I've not spoken about it enough, so I'm extending the pre-sale discount. The full price of the program is $555 US, but till this week, till Saturday, you can get it for just $333. $333. You get an exclusive discount of 222 US dollars. So if that is something that you are interested in, then now is really the time to get inside. We start next week. I'm so excited to kickstart this program. It's going to be so, so, so good. And if you love my content, if you feel that my content speaks to you, then I'm going to be teaching you the exact same process that I use to create content, to create my messaging, to create my clarity for every single one of my offers. And just send me a DM. I'm going to send you more information. I don't have a sales page yet, but I have a document which has all the details of what is inside the program, inside each of the modules. So if you want to know more about that, then just send me a DM, connect with me, and I will give you the information. I think I've spoken a lot. My jaw is hurting. I'm going to see you tomorrow for tomorrow's training. And it's going to be super value packed, but not as long as today. I'm going to be sharing how to write content that attracts ready to buy clients who are not window shopping, who are ready to buy your offers, who are excited to work with you. So if you want to know what tweaks you can make to your content, how to write that content, and how to speak to the person who is ready instead of, how to speak to people who you need to convince, then come join me for tomorrow's training. The replays are going to be till the end of this week. Don't forget to participate in the giveaway and join the Telegram group. That's it, guys. I'm going to see you tomorrow. I'm hanging inside the Telegram group, so come join me. And that's it. Bye-bye. Take care.